Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, all over the world. How's it going, folks? This is Mental Madness, and I am your host, Mad Max. Today, we've got a great subject. We're going to be talking about social engineering. And maybe some people aren't familiar with what social engineering is and how it is involved with our life and how it affects how we currently live. And I think there's a lot of changes going on in the world right now, especially with the government shutdown, with all these congressmen fighting each other politically, pretty much. And there's a number of things going on right now that we need to discuss, and it has to do with social engineering. First of all, social engineering is, something I've always been against, but I've always been for, in a certain sense, that should we learn how to properly, educate and manage our life? Yes. But social engineering is where a group of people, say the government or scientists in the government, sit down and discuss how they can make the population think and do certain things. And it comes through things like TV, radio, internet, brainwashing ideas, subliminal messages are also, ways, false flags, if you want to call them that, fake attacks, fake terror attacks to set up to scare you. These are all fear that the people will latch on to and actually make their decision without even knowing all the facts. So, look, folks, social engineering is not bullshit, okay? It is something very fucking real. And right now, if you're watching the news, you see that Obama and the White House and Congress are in a fucking hissy fit right now over Obamacare, because Obamacare is part of that social engineering. Oh, everybody goes to one central government facility, or the government facilitates all of the medical benefits instead of any private companies actually. Any private doctors, you won't have access to private doctors. You will only see like a federal doctor who's well underpaid, doesn't give a shit about his job. I mean, these are just some of the things that are wrong with Obamacare. Okay, taking away the private market will destroy the economy. And most people don't understand that, because they're like, well, I need health care. I need it now. I'm suffering. I need shit. And it sucks because they can't get it for a cheap price, which is bullshit, And in my personal opinion, everyone should be able to afford health care, because health care should be relatively cheap. If everybody pays a relatively cheap amount every month for health care, then the economy is not only getting boosted, the insurance companies making profit and not over profiting. I mean, there are lots of things that are going on right now that people just let go right past their fucking head, And it is mental madness. I'm asking myself, what in the fuck is going on with these guys? I'm not the smartest person in the world. I am not the smartest person in the world. I'll be the first to admit that. But I am intelligent. And the things that I've seen and I've learned and I've experienced in my life have led me to the point to where, I have seen through the veil. I've seen the lies, and I've seen you get ripped off for your money. I've been ripped off with my money on all these bullshit bills and shit that we pay. Fucking $400 car bills and $200 and $300 insurance bills and $1,000, house bills, and what the fuck, man? What the fuck is going on? There's more than enough wood on this fucking planet for everybody to have a house. Do they have to earn that house? Sure. Do they have to contribute to society? Do they have to work a little bit? Sure. But should they have to slave themselves 12 hours a fucking day and be bitched at all day by some authoritarian boss who doesn't give a shit about them? Social engineering is happening right fucking now. They're making sure that you're stupid. They're making sure you're not aware. They're making sure you're not consciously awake and aware, folks. Feeding you cigarettes, feeding you alcohol, feeding you all the shit that kills you, and preventing all the stuff that actually helps you, like cannabis, LSD, psychotrope, these psychotropic drugs they put you on. It's just terrible. Destroys your liver, destroys your body, creates a chemical imbalance in your body. If you don't have the pills, you're not going to be straight. If you stop taking the pills, your body will go through a withdrawal. You have to learn how to deal with emotions yourself. And that's so hard for me to say, but I've been through the shit. The shittiest shit you can possibly think of. Shitty childhood. I served 8 years in the military with 2 tours to combat situations. I mean, I don't feel no sympathy for someone who sits on their ass and doesn't do anything about their life. I feel sympathy for somebody who goes to work and works 8 hours a day, makes $7.50 an hour, and gets bitched at all day like he's a slave or somebody's bitch. That really fucking pisses me off. And it should piss you off too. You shouldn't tolerate it. I don't care if you have a college degree or not. Are you still contributing to society in some way? Who gives a shit if you don't have a fucking college degree? Are you still contributing to society? Are you still, being a good person, doing the right fucking thing? I mean, you're not always going to do the right thing. You don't always have to do the right thing. This is a free fucking country. If you get caught doing the wrong thing, well, that's your fault. Don't do the wrong thing. Just do the fucking right thing. And if you are going to do the wrong thing, well, make sure you're doing it to hurt the people who are hurting you. And I don't mean it's like physically hurt them. I mean mentally. Stand up for yourself. And if self-defense is necessary, then absolutely use it. But there's going to come a point, I think, we're going to see a coup go on in the Congress, and possibly even a coup in our military. And if people don't understand the term coup or coup, it's when they separate themselves from the government and become their own entity. And much like seceding, when states secede from the United States government, which I believe is going to start happening very, very soon. You're going to see a bunch of states just say, you know what, go fuck yourself. I'm tired of your bullshit. We're going to have our own state government, and that's it. We're not going to follow orders from no unconstitutional government, which we have right now. Unconstitutional government. Unconstitutional as fuck. The Constitution is actually working for once because Congress is standing up and saying no against the authoritarian dictatorship that's been here for several hundred years now. I would say at least 100. 80 people in Congress finally got the balls to stand up and say, no, you're not going to fucking put us in this new world order system. Everybody serves under Obamacare. Everybody pays taxes to pay for other people's medical benefits. Yep. Your tax is going to go up 20% because now you have to pay for medical benefits. But if you're middle class, you don't qualify for Obamacare or for the low rate Obamacare, and you can't even afford Medicare yourself. Obamacare. Fucking the biggest retarded joke I've ever seen. And you can't even get on the fucking site and register for it. I mean, that's how fucked up these people are. They can't get shit right. They can't even get their internet right. They can't even get their website right. I mean, these people are smoking crack or some shit. Or they're being hacked and shut down. And I hope they are. They fucking shut these bastards down trying to implement unconstitutional, authoritarian, dictatorship, medical. I don't give a shit if other countries have free Medicare. If everybody gets medical. I've been to Canada. I've seen the doctors there. The care sucks. When you don't get paid money for doing services, or the paid money that you think you should deserve for doing the services you do, then you're going to hate your job. You're not going to take it very seriously. You're going to take it less seriously than if you were happy and you were making the money that you thought you should and actually enjoyed going to work every day because you didn't have authoritarian dictator assholes all over the fucking place. I'm sorry. Dude, is there a time where leaders need to step up and take control of situations? Yes. There are certain times where people need to take things into their own hands. And not when it comes to decisions like attacking countries and fucking... I'm talking about small decisions. And that's okay. and if they do it for the right reason and the people support it, then why go against it? But obviously enough of the people do not support Obamacare that these guys are going out on a limb to say, hey, guys, hey, what the fuck is going on? Are you seriously trying to take away the free market? You're going to cut out about 30% of our market right now. If you cut out all private sector medical businesses, imagine what's going to happen to the market. If everything becomes government, everything becomes controlled by the government, all your information goes to one central network, much easier to hack. I mean, these people, social engineers, folks. Mental madness social engineers. Who don't care about you, who only care about the overall future of mankind and where they want it to go and how they want it to go. You follow the same pattern every day. You wake up, you go to fucking school, or you go to work, you come home, you eat dinner, watch a little bit of TV, maybe hang out with your friends for a little bit, go to sleep. Same shit happens the next fucking day. It's the same thing every day. It's never going to change. It's going to be like that till you retire, and then you can just sit on your ass for about 5 years before you die. Because you've been euthanized. Or you've been targeted by eugenics who want to watch old people sit there and rot away and die real quick while they inject you with all these psychotropic drugs that are killing you and injecting you with these vaccines that are all fucking killing you. Feeding you this growth hormone bullshit that's killing you. Fluoride in your toothpaste is calcifying your pineal gland, not allowing you to have more access to the sixth sense, your intuition, your, oh, I know what's going on, your, deja vu moments, your mysterious moments where you're connected more with the universe and you can tune into more frequencies and be able to adapt to the environment better. Government doesn't want you to do that. The government doesn't want you to smoke pot, even though not one death has been recorded from the actual smoking of marijuana or the use of marijuana. It's not recorded, but it's illegal. It's illegal. It's not legal for you to be enlightened. It's not legal for you to take time and slow down a little bit. It's not legal for you to use your slow thinking instead of your fast thinking. Those things are not legal because the government knows the type of person you are, the type of information you will receive if you just try to access that information, and the type of person you will become. Much nicer, calmer. I mean, in certain situations, yes, some drugs can make you paranoid and make you, but that's because of the environment you're in. If you're a good person and you're not doing anything wrong, just relaxing, trying to meditate or trying to think about the world, what's going on. Because I think a lot of people don't do that. They live all day about themselves. They think about all the things they want to think about. But when it comes down to it, does anybody really come home at night and just sit down and picture themselves as the earth? And what it would feel like to be earth. All these little creatures crawling around on you, fucking poisoning you, starting wars, blowing bombs up on you, and weather's getting crazy because all the radioactive isotopes in the atmosphere, and all different kinds of fucking bullshit, carbon monoxide. I'm gonna tell you what, there's gonna come a time, and if the earth has a conscience in its core, maybe, it's possible. There's a lot of energy down there. I'm not saying that it has like a conscience. I think it does have some sort of universal conscience, that's for sure. Just like plants can tell when they're about to be lit on fire. Yeah, they did an experiment where they put a match up next to a plant, had it hooked up to these electromagnetic spike things that would go up and down. And as he lit the match away from the plant, and then he put the flame close to the plant. And as it got closer, the plant could detect that it was in danger and spiked on its electromagnetic energy. How the fuck can a plant know that it's in danger? It doesn't even have a brain. How can a plant know? This is scientifically proven, studied. There's experiments on this. You can look it up yourself. You don't believe me? Go ahead and do the research yourself, folks. Look at the frog and the lizard embryo swap, where they shot a laser through a frog embryo and redirected it to a lizard embryo, and the frog egg ended up growing up to be a lizard. Just because of the redirection of information from the laser. So now, what they're saying is that they can recode any type of DNA that they want to. Dinosaurs, Jurassic Park is about to become a real thing, folks. Cloud seeding, being able to create storms and water and rain and weather. That's already happening. HARP has the capability of manipulating weather. We might be having weather wars right now. We don't even know it. So, I'm not saying that those things are absolutely 100% happening. I'm saying the possibility is there. The science has said that this is possible. These things can happen. And people who are much smarter than me and have a lot more money, a lot more power, may already be tinkering with this stuff. And how long have they been tinkering with this stuff, if they have been? And if they haven't, well, we need to use it for the right thing, to make deserts green again, and, to do the right thing, not to do wars and manipulate weather. I mean, if we can learn how to terraform a planet, meaning turn a planet from a rocky nothingness into an actual livable planet, then that's not far-fetched from how our Creator created us and how He got us here, or it got us here, or they got us here. Who knows? I'm not fucking, it has nothing to do with religion for me. It's more of a, and I am a spiritual person. I consider myself very spiritual, because I think we need to balance both spirit and science. It needs to keep a balance, I think there's a reason why you have two sides of your brain, and to only use one of them instead of both, the creative or the basic instinct side, using both, I think, is very important. I think that we have the creative side of our brain for a reason, and we have to maintain that. That's part of being human. That's part of being a human being, is having both sides of your brain. If you use only the reptilian side of your brain, you will be murderous. You'll be cold. You won't have any new creative ideas. You'll follow a path of a very repetitive patternness, And I don't say this because I think that it's wrong that people do the same thing every day, all day. I just think that people should look outside the box and realize what they've been doing all this time, what they could have been doing all this time. You don't have to work 12 hours a day. You don't have to work 8 hours a day. Maybe 4 to 6 hours a day is the most that you should work. The rest you should be spending time with your family, teaching your kids how to defend themselves, educating your kids, spending quality time with your family. We don't have that quality time anymore. It's go to work, come home, do homework, eat dinner, go to bed. Do the same shit next day. They start kids from an early age, 4 to 5 years old, with pre-kindergarten, and from that moment on, their schedules are set for them till the day they die, or till the day they retire in some old fart's home. Because back in the day, children used to take care of their parents when they were old and sick and dying. Now they just throw them in some nursery home like they're just fucking pieces of meat and shit. Oh, well, I don't have the time. Well, it's true. They don't have the time or the resources to deal with that. They can't. I mean, I understand, but why? Why don't you have the time? Why don't you have the money? Search for the root of the problem. It's because you don't have the money because you're paying all the fucking bills on bullshit, services that are being overcharged, resources that are being stolen from you, taken from you. It's time for a fucking revolution, folks. These fucking people piss me the fuck off. And they should piss you too. They should piss you off too. It's not about me. It's not about you. It's about us. And these motherfuckers want us to do one thing. And their way, shutting down national parks and shit for fucking disabled veterans who serve this fucking country. Infuriates me! People don't fucking understand what is going on. Little fucking kids getting bombed and shit every day. Little kids getting shot up. Tear gas, fucking gas, chemical gases and shit all over the fucking world. Everybody's just sitting there like, what? What? Oh, I gotta go to work, guys. Oh, we're going to a movie after work, guys. Let's go bowling after work, guys. Motherfuckers, they're not opening their eyes. They're not taking shit serious. They're taking their life serious, and that's it. But one day, that shit's gonna fucking creep up on them. And I'm telling you, it's creeping up on you right now. It's creeping up on our government. People are waking the fuck up. You need to wake the fuck up. See through the mental madness. Be a good person. Try not to be a bad person. Try to hold that anger in and that frustration in and use it for the right reason. Because I could go out there and fucking try to do some dumb shit. Try to shut down the government. Try to stop the government. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to inform you of what you can do by saying no. Civil disobedience starts now. And it's already starting. If you're a veteran and you want to go see your buddy who died with you in combat on a wall in order for you to have a good memory, to be a normal, decent human being, be able to respect and honor that person, and you can't even do that because they're paying guards to go out there and guard these places, yet it's shut down because of a government shutdown? I mean, get the fuck over yourself, man. You are fucking retarded, and I want to punch you in your fucking face. But instead, I'm going to punch you with some knowledge, son. I'm going to bring it. Because the people will rise. And when they do, watch out. Trying to take government benefit. Trying to take VA benefits and disabled benefits from us and shit. Talking about a government shutdown. When people are still paying the taxes for the fucking shit. People are still paying taxes. So you're not going to pay me even though I'm paying taxes? Or all the Americans are paying taxes? What the fuck is wrong with you? I want my money back. People want their money back. If you're going to shut down, give me my fucking money back. And if you're not going to pay me my disabled benefits that I earned serving my country, that's just me. That's just one pissed off veteran. Just imagine millions of pissed off veterans. All because you can't get your fucking shit right. Well, argue like little bitches about what we can and can't do. Trying to fucking form this new world order. Trying to make us fall under your authoritarian dictatorship bullshit. It's not just Obama. Any president who's been in office. They fall under these special interest, social engineers with a lot of money and a lot of power who figured out ways and algorithms and technologies to make sure shit happens the way they want it. Brainwashing. It's okay to get up every day and do the same fucking thing every day. It's okay. It's okay to be a slave to society. It's okay for you to have an asshole boss who treats you like shit, doesn't treat you like a human being. It's okay. These things are okay. It's alright. Just man up. Man the fuck up. You'll be alright. That's not freedom, folks. This is not fucking freedom. You should be furious. And I'm furious. I'm fucking, oh my god, dude. Because I love people. I love the fact that I exist right now. That I have a chance to exist. That I have a chance to feel what wind feels like. Have a chance to love a woman. Or to love a child. My child that I created. With proof. Same way the Creator created us, or creators. There was still a head honcho, there was still an architect, there was still a grand designer. Just like we have architects and engineers today. Social engineering is there, folks. It's happening. You're not aware of it. You're not awake to it. You've been letting it happen to you. You have been hypnotized. The hypnotic state of America that we're in. And you need to wake the fuck up. You know, I really try hard to sometimes just relax, just sit down at home and spend time with my family. But everything is always on the back of my mind. All of this shit. Because I've been in combat situations. I've worked for the government. I know what's going on. People don't. I know that we're getting robbed, and that the social engineers who are really intelligent went through Harvard and Yale and Oxford, sitting behind their desk typing up bullshit for the government, that are lobbied and have special interests who are private Rockefeller and Illuminati motherfuckers who think that they have a right to take over the world and take control of destiny. And that's not how it works. Because, you know, if you know anything about freedom, freedom means that there is no controlled destiny. Freedom means that you're destined to do whatever life lays out to you. But with, you know, with a government as authoritarian and controlling as it is right now, it makes it very hard for any type of freedom, any type of new ideas, any type of new, you know, I mean, can people think? Yes, but I mean, it's getting to the point where you can't express how you feel anymore. You can't even have a right to speak. You can't have a right to possess a firearm to defend yourself. You can't have a right to protest because they'll kick you off the streets. They'll tear gas you, treat you like a criminal. You can't have a right to wear a bumper sticker on the back of your car in some places to express your opinion. You can't have a right to join your military, get out, find a decent job, be well taken care of, be well educated, be well informed, be well taken care of. You don't have a right for those things. But you serve for them. You pay your taxes, you pay your dues, you service your country in whatever way you can. Every fucking day. What do they do for you? Oh, you want to put in a new government claim? It's going to take a year. We're backlogged. We're backed up. We need to kill the rest of these fucks off. All these poor people. Let's go ahead and feed them fluoride. Let's go ahead and you find me a rich person who has fluoride in their fucking toothpaste that don't know what fluoride does to them. You find me a fucking rich person who don't know what fluoride does to their pineal gland. You educate that motherfucker. How much more aware and intelligent and good that person would be if they just stopped fucking putting toothpaste in their mouth. I'm not talking about toothpaste without, I'm talking about toothpaste without fluoride. There are many forms of toothpaste without fluoride. Sodium hydrofluoric acid in your drinking water. Get rid of it. Cleanse your water out. Get a filter. Time for the flu season? Wear gloves. Cover your mouth and your nose with a mask. Don't get sick. And if you do get sick, stay indoors. Take medicine. Relax. Don't get the flu shot. It's gonna fucking kill you. It is killing you. It's killing all of us. Fukushima Daiichi plant spewing out fucking radiation right now. Birth defects all over Seattle, Washington, all over those areas. If you live anywhere up in the northern hemisphere, you're getting exposed to massive amounts of radioactive material from Fukushima Daiichi plant. There have been tests on record that show spikes in radiation levels in Seattle, Washington. It could cause many birth defects. I mean, come on, folks. They're all pretending like it's not a big deal, but I'm telling you what. The garbage patch that's in the ocean, it's like twice the size of the state of Texas. Garbage patch that's twice the size of the state of Texas in the ocean. I just want to fucking throw up. That we eat fish that have been swimming around that shit. Folks, we're heading down a wrong path. I've seen the future of mankind in dreams and visions and meditations. Well, I don't say I've seen the future. I've seen possibilities of futures. Because nobody really sits down and thinks about what could happen. They always think about what has happened. Some people do think about what could happen, and a lot of people overthink it. And I'm not always on edge. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I know that these are facts. These are real realities. This is truth. I'm spitting you knowledge right now. Fucking real knowledge. Not all of it might be right, and I'll say if I'm not 100% right on that, or truth for sure on that. But it's not about, there are people out there who know a lot more than I do. I have recently, within the last 5-10 years, started educating myself to a massive level, on a level that has changed me as a person, has changed me from who I used to be, what I used to think about, the things I used to do, to what I do now and who I am now. This vibratory, so that's what all matter is. I'm not even going to get into that. But I will tell you that life is a wonderful thing. And the fact that we even exist right now is a miracle. And that we should take the opportunity to learn why, who, what, and freedom, folks. With freedom, endless possibilities. But with control, but with registration, but with identity, but is self-immolation, self-destruction. And that's what we see. Everyone self-destructing themselves mentally, driving themselves mad, terrible relationships, terrible situations, boyfriends leaving their girlfriends right after they found out they're pregnant, druggies fucking dying every day, people dying of cancer, cancer rates spiking through the roof, garbage patches the size of almost the biggest state in the United States, just sitting in the ocean, just chilling. Nobody's doing nothing about it. Just fucking whatever, guys. Let's just let it sit there and rot, poison and infest our ocean. Till a fucking meteor comes in one day and just destroys us all. Till fucking Yellowstone National Park blows up and the entire United States is gone. What are they going to do other than incessantly tremble when the rivers start fucking overrunning? That's a famous quote from a Tool song, or lyrics from a Tool song. What are they going to do? What the fuck are they going to do other than incessantly tremble like a little bitch when the shit hits the fan? They haven't prepared mentally for none of that. Social engineers have, though. They've got sea vaults, they got banks, they got underground bases prepared for the end of the world. They know it's coming. It's just a matter of time. And when it does come, those who just accept it and are prepared for it mentally and physically are ready to make that next step into fourth density positive. Or fourth density, period. 4D. Since we live this very 3D life, actually we see and hear in a two-dimensional aspect, but we perceive it in a third dimension. I don't know how it works, but for some reason we see 3D, but we're actually, our eyes are set up to see a 2D way, I guess. I don't know. But imagine a physical body that had more senses, had the ability to see clearer, think better, use their brain better, not be as fucking retarded. Excuse my language. No offense. I didn't mean to say that. Not be as dumb or willingly ignorant. There you go. Willingly ignorant. Because that's what I think is happening right now. People are just willingly let this shit slide right by them. And not even think about it. They don't even think about it. Oh, maybe it doesn't matter because it's not affecting me and whatever. One day it will fucking affect you. Or it's going to affect your kids. It's going to affect your kids' kids. And then, well, everything that you worked for and left behind would have been for nothing. Everything humankind has worked for and left behind will be for nothing. if we don't get our fucking shit right. We're running around. I mean, and it's not us. It's not the people. Because I think there are a lot of fucked up people. I think that the government was designed to filter in. After a while, it wasn't designed that way. After a while, it got manipulated to filter in certain minded people. Like Skull and Bones Society, Harvard, Yale. To run our country. With no common sense whatsoever. I mean, these could be the book smartest motherfuckers in the world, but got no common sense whatsoever about what's going on. They have much more information than we do. They don't disclose that information to us. It's just fucking game to them. But it's not a game to me. I'm living in this shit, man. Everybody's living in this shit. And we only have to tolerate it as long as we let it happen. Don't let the social engineering win. Engineer yourself. Empower others. Empower yourself. The moment you start feeling freedom, it's like an energy you've never felt before. This release of just learning, absorbing all of this stuff, and then looking around and seeing it actually happen. It's like watching a bunch of fucking zombies walk around. E-cigarettes and shit, giving people fungal meningitis, killing them and shit. Cigarettes, period, are bad, and I smoke them too, and I'm quitting. I got the boxes and everything. I'm ready to quit. My grandfather died of cancer, of lung cancer. My grandmother, she died of lung cancer. Or no, not. My grandfather died of a different type of cancer. I can't remember. Maybe it was lung cancer, I do believe. Both of my grandparents died from lung cancer, and I don't want to be the third one to go. So I'm going to quit. I'm really motivated about doing that, and it's going to happen. And I hope that I can find the strength and courage to do that. I think I will. I'm a good meditator. I think I can overcome anything I put my mind forth, And that's really what it's all about, folks. Enough is enough. Enough is enough when you see that you got to pay $400 for a car that only costs them $2,000 to make, and they're charging you $25,000, $30,000 for it. So you see the profit margins they're making off of it. Insurance. That's just the biggest scam of all. I mean, if insurance actually did what they said that it was supposed to do, then it would probably be a good thing. Everybody pays a small amount, and there's enough money for everybody to be covered. If anything happens. Because that's the thing. Not everybody gets injured or hurt or goes to the doctor all the time. It's a certain amount of people. Very small percentage. The smarter we are, the more intelligent we are, the less accident prone we become. Are accidents always going to happen? Absolutely. Shit's just going to happen. But, Murphy's Law, if you want to call it. But, the more intelligent you are, the less accidents that happen. And the more you learn from each accident that does happen. So, I mean, the government has its purposes. And that's why the people elected the government. That's why when the United States was founded, we decided we need somebody to take care of all the things that we can't, or all the things that we're not trained or not trained to do, such as discover new planets and look for new ways of energy and look for new resources and ways to reproduce things that we use and So if we were doing these things, which I think we are, but we're doing them behind the scenes with secrets and black ops programs, and the public doesn't have access to free energy, but if they did, they wouldn't pay electric companies anymore. If you could put a small little device in your house that would power your whole fucking house, then why would you pay an electric company any money? If you could run a car off electricity, if you could run a car off of a small device that they put in your car, solar device or something, then why would you pay anybody for electricity? Why would you pay anybody for power? Why would you pay anybody for gas? You wouldn't. Because you wouldn't need to. Energy's free. Because the sun gives it off. Charging you to use the sun power. Charging you to use electricity, energy. I mean, get the fuck out of here, man. That shit's all over the place. It's everywhere. Everything that ever exists is surrounded by either energy or dark energy. Now they're gonna charge you for that shit? These people are out of their fucking minds. They're wacko. They're crazy fucks. Money is crazy as fuck. It's just an idea to monetarily control people. You need to get fucking rid of it. You don't need money. More than enough resources for everybody, and there's more than enough ways to reproduce the things that we use, meaning replace the things that we take. We have the technology to do these things now. I mean, fuck, we can grow our own ears back if we ever got one chopped off. Stem cell research. People need to wake up. It is mental madness. Things are getting out of control. They're spinning out of control. The social engineers are winning. They're trying to win. For people like me, and there's many people out there getting out there and expressing them. You know, I'm recording history, folks. I'm recording history. Do the research yourself, guys. Come to the conclusions yourselves after you see the facts for what they are. Reassess your life. Reassess your reality, your paradox, the world you live in, things that are happening in this universe that we're experiencing, this consciousness that we're experiencing. Reassess it. Utilize it to your advantage. Become aware. Say no. Are there going to be fights? Are we going to have to fight? How do we fight? Those things are all dependent upon you and how you want to approach things. But I would say that informing the people truth will become the ultimate tool that defeats this. Getting out there with a street sign, saying no, civil disobedience, saying, you know, this is not constitutional. This is not right. I have a right to do these things, and you can't tell me I can't. I'm a law-abiding citizen. And because I broke one of your little stupid traffic laws or bullshit, I'm in your system. You know, you got my fingerprint and all that. You know, you got everything about me. You know, my whole life. You got all the access to all the information. You could spy on me through the NSA if you wanted to. You could spy on anybody they want through the NSA. They don't love you. They don't give a shit about you. All they give a shit about is your money and what they're going to do with it. I don't care if you die an early death or an older death, as long as you do not have, they don't have to deal with you. They don't want to deal with you. A human being. They don't want to communicate with another human being. They want to be a part of your life, even though you pay them to be a part of your life. They want to inform you, even though you pay them to inform you. Through taxes. See, every citizen of the United States is like their own personal king. And if every king stood up and said no to the tyrants, then the tyrants could do nothing but tremble incessantly while their rivers overflow. And it's time to start filling those rivers up, folks. Let a fire in your mind. Let a fire in others' minds. And a spark, the light bulb, let it go off. And just take it. Take that journey of truth and knowledge and wisdom and apply it. I love you guys. I love the world. I love the universe. I don't love the fucks who are trying to take over the world and try to kill the universe and trying to kill you. I want to see them not succeed. I want to put them on a stranded planet that's just a rocky and barren desert and let them all live together. I mean, there literally are babies dying today. People chopping people's heads off for religious reasons, and people, you know, these weigh heavy on my heart. And they should weigh heavy on yours too. Shouldn't want to stand back and let tyrants and dictators just tell you what the fuck to do and just accept things. Am I extremist? Nope. Am I radical? Nope. I just have thoughts of love. I have thoughts of doing something or trying to do something, even if it's not successful. At least I'll feel better about myself, and maybe I'll change somebody's. So maybe I'll make somebody aware of what's going on. Because the more an idea spreads, because ideas spread like a virus. And if it's a good idea and you spread that like a virus, then there's nothing that can stop it. I mean, with so many people thinking the right way. And I'm not saying that there's a specific right way of how to think. I'm saying that you should be free to think what you want to think and to do the things you want to do, as long as they don't infringe upon other people's free will and rights. So I can't stress this enough, folks. Do the research, wake up, realize that times are changing. Realize that there was a creator, just like I created my daughter and many people created their children. That process was a real process, was a real physical process, that you were created, that all of us were created by something or someone or someones, just like I created my children and you create your children. It was a process, and just because we didn't see it, just because we didn't experience it, the initial process, doesn't mean it didn't happen. It's like a 2D piece of paper trying to make sense of a human, or a 1D piece of paper trying to make sense of a human being. This flat piece of paper can never make sense of what a human being is, or what it could be. It couldn't even think. It doesn't have the consciousness that would be required to make sense of a human being. The same principle applies with 4D to 3D. Humans might not even see or understand or have an idea of what a fourth dimension physical body or being would be, because it would be so incomprehensible to them. Not even, it would just be like a hazy shadow or a fluffy, hazy scene. Like that's, I used to do paranormal studies. I think that at certain times you're tuning into the frequency field that lets you see what's always been there, in a different dimension. So I'm not saying that you don't die, because you do physically die in this body, but I think that we are eternal beings, in the sense that we go through these gradual steps, just like a school. It's funny that we got the idea of school through human beings. We came to our own idea of having education, and I think that was because it was hardwired into us, the same way that we're living this educational experience, this school, this level of experience, and awareness too. I really do pray for everybody. I hope that people can see what's going on. I hope that we can turn this around. I hope that the world, that the universe starts to awaken and starts to see things for what they truly are. Because there's a lot of sad shit going on out there. And I don't want to see none of that happen to my kids or your kids. I want to see my kids get ripped off just to educate their minds, go to school. I want to see my kids I don't want to see your kids get ripped off just because they want to learn a certain subject. I don't want to see your kids get ripped off just because they want to have a car, get from point A to point B. I don't want to see you get ripped off. I don't want to see myself get ripped off. But there's another side that does want to see those things happen and are making sure that those things happen. And they are social engineers. They are more than just social engineers. They're demons. They're evil fucks. Evil fucks that need to be stopped. Not all of them are evil. Some of them are lost. Some of them are confused. But there are some who are very fucking aware of what's going on. Very powerful, very rich people. You can run around and pretend like a satanic cult doesn't exist, but I promise you there is fucking satanic cults out there. You can pretend all day they don't, but there are. You can pretend all day there ain't ETs out there, but there are. You can pretend all day there isn't different dimensions and different densities, but there are. You can pretend that the government's not corrupt, but it is. Pretend that the government's not authoritarian or tyrannic, but it is. You can pretend that your life is just this pattern of bullshit every fucking day, week after week, year after year until you die. You can pretend that if you want. Or you can wake the fuck up and realize who you truly are. You gotta love yourself. You gotta love others. You gotta spread the message, spread the word. It's not about religion. It's not about fucking who believes in what. It's about doing good. Period. If you do good, it doesn't matter what you believe in. Good will lead you down the path that you need to go. And are you going to make all the right decisions? No. But can you learn from the wrong decisions that you do make? Yes. And instead of keep making the wrong decisions, the good people always learn from the mistakes they make and adapt and overcome. Again, we're all not pure-minded. We have thoughts. We can't let the ones that tempt us into doing the wrong thing win. And right now, we are letting things go to shit. And we need to stand up, guys. Stand up and defeat the mental madness. With this, with the sword of mind, the sword of truth. You gotta slice it like butter, hot knife through butter, man. This has been Mental Madness. I'm your host, Mad Max. Until next time, peace be with you.